Hi, I'm Margaret, and thank you for joining me in part 2 of my video on saltwater cures. In this short video, I'll try to answer some of the frequently asked questions and what I have not covered in part 1 of my saltwater cure video. So let's get started with these questions. Can a saltwater cure be covered or placed in a cupboard? No. It must be exposed to the air or to the chi energy. Otherwise, it will not absorb the negative energy that's in our environment. So many people place them in cupboards and wondered why the crystal formation is not high or why it's not really working. So again, place this cure in an open area where it is exposed to the air, okay, to the chi energy in our environment. Okay, number 2, I do not want visitors to see the cure, so what can I do or what can you recommend? Okay, well, you do not have to have a house looking like a Chinese restaurant or to have so much Chinese decorations to have good feng shui. So I would just suggest that you can put the saltwater cure on a shelf, cupboard shelf, and then maybe place this behind a photo frame, large enough one that can cover this saltwater cure jar. And or if you can actually put it into an open a vase, an open plant vase, a ceramic vase, and have the top of this vase or exposed to the air, so no lids, no covers. So this is what I would actually normally do. Just put it inside a decorative metal vase container, and of course you have to check the water regularly, as it may need to be topped up with water, especially in the summer months. Okay. Here's another question. I have been told that water should not be in a bedroom, that you should not have water in a bedroom. So does this apply to a saltwater cure? Now, it's a very popular question and one that does not apply in this situation. A saltwater cure is fine in your bedroom and in any other room in the house. It makes no difference because it's similar to having a glass of water beside your bed at night. So this is also called a yin water cure. So the type of water that you have here is yin. It's not yang, and so it's not like an aquarium that moves. So it's not a yang water cure. So a salt water cure here in a bedroom is actually is good for the annual negative stars, and also also the negative fixed stars, as this can actually cause problems to your health and to your luck. Okay, now let's get on to some more questions. So how often do I change the saltwater cure, and when do I place this? Now, this all depends on the amount of negative energy in your home. Some might have to change their saltwater cure 3 to 4 times in a year because of the buildup of the crystals around the rim. Sometimes it can be very large, and sometimes it can actually fall all over and cover the whole jar. So, it can look incredible actually. So clients have actually, or people have actually changed their saltwater cure more than once. And usually when we place our water cures, usually on the Chinese New Year, and it usually falls in around the month of February. Okay, but this saltwater cure generally can also be set up at any time of the year. Okay. Another question here is, what kind of glass jar or size jar container should I use? Usually a pint-sized glass is actually pretty good. If you are not familiar with what a pint size is, it's a container that's around 750 you know, either in volume. It's a small jar. Sometimes you can use a spaghetti jar if you have that, spaghetti sauce jar. There's a photo of our saltwater cure in this video and in part 1 of my saltwater cure video to give you an idea. I prefer to use glass containers or any similar size glass, as it is the perfect size for the top to be exposed. Just don't use the lid to be exposed to the chi energy in the air. Okay? So check my first video if you want to see the size of the container and what is needed to put a saltwater cure together. Okay? Next question is, what will happen if I disturb or knock over my saltwater cure? Now, this can actually happen, and sometimes it can be quite common, especially if you place your saltwater cure in a very high traffic area or in a area where people pass through more than once, or if you do have a small space, you know, a small living space. And of course you want to try and avoid having this cure disturbed, because it's like having a bee's nest or a wasp's nest in your home being disturbed. It will not really harm you if you leave it undisturbed. It's there to absorb the negative energy, but if you start knocking it about, poking it, then of course it will sting you like a beast, you know, like a beast or the wasp. So if the salt cure is just a few months old, and it should be okay, there's nothing over it. But if you have the salt cure in place for around 3 months and suddenly you knocked it, or some of the crystallization got disturbed, and around the rim got disturbed, it falls down, you know, then I suggest you just renew it, as you might have also disturbed a lot of the negative energy that it has absorbed. So again, when you place the cure, make sure it's in an area where it's not disturbed for the time that it is there, okay? And when you're cleaning, be sure that you just clean around the area, around the jar. Do not get tempted to pick off the crystals. Do not get tempted to clean close to the jar. Just, you know, just around the area. And of course, do not touch it or knock it over when you're cleaning, okay? As you can see here in this picture, there's a small amount of crystallization on the rim of the jar. This is one of the saltwater cure that I have, that I just use a plastic tub with a small rubber mat underneath so it doesn't move the jar. And I do have another one outside, and this is placed. What I do is I place this saltwater cure and the plastic tub and everything else underneath, how do you call it, underneath a metal chair or a table, okay? So it's on the side, it's in an area where people just have to walk around it, and you don't touch it, okay? So like you see here, it's in a circular plastic tub, or you can have it in a vase. I also sometimes have it in a very in a metal vase or vase to hide it from view, okay? And the top, of course, is left open, as you can see here. And so again, when you disturb a saltwater cure, then play it safe by just changing it to a new one, okay? Now, do you only use a saltwater cure for the annual number 2 and number 5 negative stars? So the answer is absolutely not. If you have the natal chart of your home, and you know your natal chart and know where the fixed number 5 and number 2 stars are, you should also be able to use them in this particular sector, as this is even more effective at reducing bad luck and sickness luck. So it can also be used on your fixed flying star chart for your home. As you can see here, these are the different houses with their sitting and facing and their natal chart and the permanent energies of the number 5s and the number 2s in these particular houses. So whenever you can, where you see the number 5 and number 2 stars are located annually or monthly, and if they are also located in your important rooms like your bedrooms, your office, then or a room that's frequently used by the residents, then certainly you can actually use the soul water cure in this particular sector. So consider finding your house natal chart, as it will give you a better overall picture of the various energies in the different parts of your home or business as well. Okay, so next question is, what other cures can be placed near the salt water cure? Now, it's good to have metal cures close to the salt water cure, as this will also weaken the negative energy of the earth. You can find good metal cures around your house and office, such as filing cabinets, metal fixtures, figurines like a metal table, metal chair, bronze, steel, gold, or silver, copper items, metal planters, cabinets, picture frames, and even bed frames. So sometimes the sounds coming from metal objects such as wind chimes and pendulums can also be used. And we can use color, but it's not as effective, of course, as having the real elements, in that particular sector as well. Okay, so depending on which year your house was built and its facing direction, this is the chart for the 20-year period, the Great Cycle. Now, the permanent energies of the house might be the reason why some of the challenges you face are not getting resolved. So as I said earlier, finding the flying stars feng shui natal chart of your home is actually something that you should consider, as then you can see or you can have the overall picture of the negative energies and the positive energies in your home. And from there on, you can actually also use the salt water cure for the number 5 and the number 2 fixed stars in your natal chart, in your home's natal chart. Okay? So how do I dispose of my old salt water cure? Now, at the end of each year, usually I do it around January or February, looking at the calendar, of course. You should actually throw all this, the glass, the coins, and the water and salt away, because of the fact that they have also stored so much negative energy. It's best to place the whole glass top into a Tupperware container, seal it, and then throw it right into the garbage bin. Now, if you don't have the container, you can also use a plastic bag, one that's strong enough so that it doesn't leak. And you can also pour away the water before down a drain that's far away or away from the building, from your property, and place the glass and coins and salt right into a plastic bag and place it into the garbage bin as well. So do not reuse, do not reuse any of this coins, container, or salt, or else you will be guaranteed bad luck if you do so. Okay, so change and get a new salt water cure assembled for the new year. Okay, so thank you for watching and for joining me in this video. Please subscribe to be notified when my other new videos will be available. See you soon.